final thing, which I hear a lot about, from potential customers when I'm meeting with them for on-sites, is they say, I want a binding estimate. Everybody's price conscious. Everybody's concerned about the elevating prices or the inflating prices once the move gets going. Here, term is really important. Language is really important. The consumer needs to know what they're asking. And there are three different types of estimates that people tend to get. You get a non-binding estimate, you get a binding estimate, and then you get an estimate that has a not to exceed price on it. And oftentimes that third one is what people are really looking for. A binding estimate, I'll back up here, a binding estimate means that this is the price, period. Whether I can get it done 5 hours quicker than I think I'm going to, whether we hit any problems along the way, all of that means nothing. The price is the price. And if you get a binding estimate, every company is going to inflate that price to make sure that they're covering any unforeseens. So in many cases, not all the time, but in many cases, you're going to pay more than you actually need to for your move. A non-binding estimate leaves it open-ended. So if you don't get as much packing done, if the scope of the job needs to change from one moment to the next, the company is able to kind of shift and move with you. And then the not to exceed price. That gives you kind of a ceiling, a cap. You as a consumer know, worst case scenario, I'm paying X. And that gives you a little bit of peace of mind. So those are the three different types of estimates that people are going to get. And the language is really important. So after that, it's just a matter of narrowing it down further, comparing apples to apples. I talk to a lot of people and they look at me blankly when I say, are you comparing estimates? Oh yeah, I'm looking at the bottom number. I'm looking at the bottom line figure. It's a really inappropriate way to look at the estimate. You need to see what your money's getting you. If you're going to be concerned about what you're spending, be concerned about where that money is being spent. It backs into how are their people treated? What type of people are going to be in their home? How do they handle claims? I mean, it's all tied together. And you want to know, I want to know how my money's being spent and what I'm getting for my money. And I think if people kind of ask questions, people open their eyes, people realize that moving companies are different and that they're a lot like cars. You can go in and say, I want a car. And any car can get you from point A to point B most of the time. But what are you looking for in the car? Are you looking for a Ferrari or are you looking for a Ford Fiesta? There's a big difference between the two. And in the moving industry, there's a big difference. And so consumers need to, one, have an idea of what they want, and then do the research to make sure they're getting what they really want.